You will have quite some experience with different conductors. Do they generally work in the same way?
They're different in temperament, obviously. We have one particular one who will swear at us, and we just tend to laugh because that's his style, and he'll stamp his foot and throw things, but we don't mind because we don't take him seriously. The important thing about a conductor is that he must have charisma, something which is very difficult to explain, but a good teacher has this. They must all want to sing, partly because of him. A bad conductor, you have a bad choir and you have a bad performance.
8.
Do you not get confused sometimes singing your part and hearing those different voices around you?
This is a question frequently asked, and it really doesn't make any difference. It is fun to, and occasionally the notes start to gel or separate, and that is the fun of singing, is harmonising with everybody else. Occasionally, our conductor will say, "Right, everybody stand up and everybody go and sit somewhere else." And then we are sitting next to a soprano and a bass, and then it is a little more difficult. But this is to make us more competent at holding our line.
9.
What about the choir's public performances? Is it possible for you to judge them impartially?
You can. You can judge the performance while you are singing in it, strangely enough. I would like to sit in the audience sometimes to hear what the sound is like. But you know when it goes wrong, and you know when you have a wrong entrance. You know when the performance hasn't quite taken off. Even though the notes are good, we've done everything correctly, there's something of the excitement is missing, and the real spirit hasn't come across. That sometimes happens. So yes, you know, well, it wasn't too good, was it?
10.
If a particular concert involves an orchestra, what is the procedure followed? When do you get together with the orchestra?
This is the most dreadful thing. There is only so much rehearsal you can do without an orchestra. Some works sing themselves. You can get away without an orchestra singing Haydn, Handel and Mozart, the old composers, but with modern works, we did recently a new oratorio called "Or Shall We Die" by Michael Barclay, who is a modern composer. We had one rehearsal with the orchestra the week before, which was a complete and utter disaster, and we thought, come Saturday, will this ever be a performance? But in fact, it came together. It was very fortunate that we had that one extra rehearsal, but normally we don't have the orchestra until the day of the concert. So we're all living on our nerves, really.
11.
I suppose recordings can fulfill a quite useful function in studying a particular piece of music. Doesn't your conductor play them to you at rehearsals?
Occasionally, if it's a new work, he will play it through for us to listen to. But you can't sing to it because the sound of the choir would just drown out any noise being made from amplifiers. There is a man who does, in fact, record. He does special recordings, leaving out one of the voices. So if you're an alto, you send for this recording of a work, and it just has a soprano, tenor and bass line on it, and you have to sing the other bit. Or he just picks out your line, and he plays that so that you can learn it.
12.
Would you say it is essential for singers and musicians as well to be able to learn pieces of music by heart?
If you're a good sight reader, it doesn't matter if you haven't got a good musical memory. If you're not a sight reader, like me, then it is very important. And I think many people have good musical memories. For example, when you watch a concert pianist, he will play the whole work without any music. Now, this isn't some tremendous feat of memory. I cannot even learn a poem by heart. But singing a tune, that seems to come more naturally to memorise music.
13.
You do not often see an orchestra or a choir being conducted by a woman, do you?
No, but there are some female conductors. There is one local choir with a female conductor. I don't think I'd like to sing personally with a female conductor. There are more male conductors anyway than female. I don't know why. I think perhaps men and boys like the sense of power they have, and the sense of power they have with a baton in one hand and conducting a choir. I think it's a sense of power. And whereas women, I think, tend to take a more subordinate role. I think women are bossy in their own ways. I think women have do take a dominant role, but they do it in a different way.
14.
I would like to come back to the costs of concerts. Could you say something more about the way they are financed?
We do try to get big organisations, big commercial firms to give us money to perform, and we also have a covenant scheme by which we obtain taxes back from the government. Our Christmas concert, we make a profit at our Christmas concert because that's mostly carols. We do it with the local amateur orchestra, and in fact we make a profit of a few £100. But it's mostly our subscriptions per year that pay for it. I mean, it's we're the ones that are benefiting. The singers are benefiting mostly. We're getting the most fun. Therefore, why shouldn't we pay for our art?
15.
Einde van de toets.